Hey, what's up guys? Justin with AmericanTrucks.com. Thanks for joining me for another installment of our customer build series here today. Series of videos where we catch up with different truck customers from all over this great country, talk about their rigs and all of the modifications, what they like, maybe what they don't like, future modifications, and hopefully give you guys some ideas for your own truck at home. Today we're talking to a young man named Carl about his 2014 5-liter F-150. I like Carl's rig. He's got a simple kind of build list going on, as you guys will see here in a minute. Simple, but functional as well. Guys, if you want to see a complete breakdown of Carl's modifications, feel free to check out his build page back at AmericanTrucks.com, or if you're catching this on YouTube, just go ahead and click on that link below in the description. But say what's up to Carl. Let's talk about this 2014 5-liter truck, sir. And again, tell me how long you had this thing again, Carl?
Had it for coming up on 3 years now.
Okay, very cool. And like we talked about a little bit off camera, that you come out of a Mustang, I can relate to that in the getting of the truck, because it probably makes more sense in the Northeast, as we all know, to have a truck, right?
Mustangs are a lot of fun, but there's definitely a lot more function for trucks.
I couldn't agree more, man. Well, let's talk about some of your modifications. I always like starting up front. I feel like it's the best place to start. And you got a couple things going on. The first thing that caught my eye, though, was that Barricade, the pre-runner bumper, the skid plate, and it's loaded up with a winch. How was your experience with that?
I love the bumper. It's given me a lot more room to get over obstacles in the front, and did some personal things getting that winch in there with the rough country winch mount. I love it.
And you use the winch to pull maybe some of your buddies out, but also some bushes, you were telling me, right?
So far, I've only had to use it for yard work, but
Hey, it's always good to be prepared. With that, you said it gives you a little bit more room to approach stuff. I saw you had the trail grapplers. What size trail grappler you got on there?
they are 35 1250 with 17-inch wheels.
Yeah, so you got the Hilo wheels, 17 by 9, you said, plus 18 millimeter offset, which fill out those wheel wells great. How has your experience been with the trail grapplers? I know I love them, I have them on my truck, but I want to hear from you.
They're absolutely my favorite tire. I had Terra Grappler G2s and G1s, but there's nothing like the trail grapplers.
I agree, they're pretty quiet, right, too, for like a mud terrain tire?
Yeah, very quiet.
Nice, man. So we talked about the bumper up front, the Barricade. You do have the tailgate assist from Barricade back there, correct?
I do, and that's very nice. It could open a little faster, but I really can't complain about it. It's better than shocking those cables.
I hear you, man. I also noticed you put the Power Stop kit on the Z36. Is that the truck and tow kit, correct?
Yes, I love the brakes, and they're definitely a plus with the 35s.
I bet. Those things are a little heavy, right? A little harder to slow down with those wheels on there. What about Red Rock intake? You got the 4x4 intake, you got a 5-liter truck. Does that thing produce some nice noise?
It is beautiful to hear. And obviously with the 35s, I'm not noticing much of a power gain, but it's a cold air intake, so it's all about the noise anyway.
I hear you, man. So we also have the drop steps. I believe those are the drop steps from Barricade on the truck?
Yes, and they match the front bumper perfectly.
And your truck does have a 3-inch lift kit, so the drop step certainly helps, I'm sure, getting in and out of that thing. So let's talk about that lift kit, because it's 3 inches from rough country, obviously give you some room for the 35s, but how's the truck ride?
It rides like a dream, way better than stock. There's no weird noises when I'm driving on the beach down in the Outer Banks or anything. It's super smooth. I love it.
Talked about the trail grapplers. Do you have any tuner or anything like that going on with the truck at the moment?
I don't yet, but one day I'll get there.
A good segue for future modifications. Any future mods you have in mind?
Probably the tuner. Finances ever work out, hopefully a supercharger, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. And probably some Raxium headlights at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everything else looks great with the truck. If anything, just maybe the lighting was the only thing I recommend, but I'm a less is more type of dude, so I can understand your desire to keep things simple in that regard too.
And anything I can do to get rid of all that chrome.
I hear you. So we talked about maybe future modifications being a tune, maybe a supercharger somewhere down the road. And what do you think, maybe some lighting you were saying?
I'm looking at a few options from Raxium right now. Backup LEDs would be pretty nice also. It gets pretty dark around here.
I bet, yeah, I was looking at some of your pictures. Yeah, it looks like you have a nice little off-road spot by the house. You had some pictures done. Is that close to your house there?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes away, so pretty quick drive. It's all highway.
And then get some mud in it. It looked a little soupy back there. Trail grapplers made short work of it, huh?
Absolutely.
That's great, man. Well, listen, there's one goofy question I always like to ask guys, and I'll ask you as well. Any name for the truck, Carl?
Actually, yeah, Rosie from the AC/DC song, because she ain't exactly pretty and she ain't exactly small.
I like that, man. See, every time I ask people that, well, there's always some kind of story, and that's why I do it, because I would say most people have a name. There's a few oddballs that don't, and I can respect that, but the folks that do name their truck or their car, they always seem to have a cool story about it. So, as a fan of AC/DC, I can approve. Well, listen, Carl, I appreciate you joining me today, brother. Nice work on the truck. Again, nice and simple, purposeful modifications, and looking forward to some of those future things you have in store as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the opportunity.
All right, guys, there you go. That was Carl and Rosie, his 2014 5-liter truck. I love that, man. Big AC/DC guy here, and that's why I always like asking that question, because more times than not, you get a pretty fun story behind it. Guys, we hope you enjoyed Carl's build here. Again, if you want to see a complete breakdown of his modifications, feel free to check out his build page back at AT, or if you're catching this on YouTube, just go ahead and click on that link below. But in the meantime, I'm Justin. Thanks for watching. For all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.